पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिताम् भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिताम् पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिताम् पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतां मृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Welcome you all with my love and respects. No questions, only doubts. Today's subject is no questions, only doubts. By now, Arjuna has settled. All Arjuna's confusion has disappeared because of his cosmic experience in Visurupa Darshana Yoga. Because of the first-hand spiritual experience, all the doubts of Arjuna has disappeared. He achieved the depth, he achieved clear understanding. You can say he achieved the intensity. He has achieved the intensity of spiritual experience. Now, he's a new person. No more just intellectual doubts. No more just intellectual questions. Now he is coming to a point where he is totally ready to receive Krishna. Understand? As long as you have question, you will not receive the answer. Question is just defending yourself, defending your prejudice, defending your understanding. Doubt means person who is ready to digest the master, who is ready to receive the master, who is ready to imbibe the master. Whatever words comes out of him is doubt. Doubt makes master to express himself. Question makes master to close himself. Question is violence. Of course, almost all questions are violent. Please be very clear. The words which you express can be categorized into two. One is question, another one is doubt. Question means violent, arrogance. Just to express you know something or to defend what you know is truth. Most of the time, people question just to show that they know something. That they know something. I have seen people coming and asking me big statements, sentence. Swamiji, that Brahma Sutra says Brahman is beyond comprehension, Brahman is beyond understanding, Brahman is beyond the intellect. Is it not right? You can see this very question says, all he wants to know, all he wants to do is, he wants to show. He read Brahma Sutra and he understood, that's all. This statement, the whole thing is not a question. There is no question in it. The question without quest is question. Question with quest is doubt. The question with quest is doubt. Doubt without quest is question. Now Arjuna has come to a understanding. Because of his first-hand experience, he has come to the level of doubt. No more questions. He is not asking what is more beneficial for me. All that calculation has disappeared. The accounts has disappeared. He is not asking anymore what is best for me. Or he is not asking what is this Kim tat brahma kimatyatmam kim karma purushottama. He is playing with words. He is just showing what he knows in the earlier chapters. Now, no more questions. This whole chapter, Arjuna is silent. Please understand, in the first chapter, whole chapter, Krishna is silent. The first chapter, whole chapter, Krishna is silent. Arjuna goes on and on and on, quoting all the dharmas, quoting all the traditional subjects. Always, when a masters land on the planet Earth, this problem happens. Especially, see, innocent disciple is 1,000 times better than ignorant disciple. Small story. One guy goes to a music teacher and says, Master, I learnt music 4 years. Now I want to learn from you. How many years it will take? He says, it will take 6 years. Next guy comes, Master, I learnt music for 2 years. How many years it will take for me? He says, maybe 2 years. Third guy comes, Master, I have not learnt anything. I am fresh. How many years it will take for me? He says, no time. Simply you will pick up from me directly. You will directly imbibe me. You will just take me in your being. The big problem is, if you have learnt already, you need to do first thing, unconditioning or deconditioning. Here, whenever the masters land, they bring the same Shastra but with life. But what we read in books is just words. The same word, if you read in books, it will not give you any transformation. Let me be very clear, even my books, including my books. Somebody asked me, actually, I was dictating one of my book and the disciple was sitting and writing. One person who is helping me, he was sitting and writing. Suddenly on one spot he stopped me. Swamiji, please tell that statement clearly, I am not able to understand. I gave that statement clearly. Then he said, Swamiji, what is this? Just 3 chapters ago you made another one statement, now it is contradicting. It will confuse people. I told him, write what I say. Don't talk more. Then he asked me, if I myself get confused, naturally people will get confused. Then I have to tell the truth. What for you think I am writing books? To tell you honestly, let me be very clear. Books are just to create little confusion so that you will start searching. You will start seeking the truth in reality. No book can give you the truth. Books are created just to create just to create little confusion in you so that you will start searching the reality. Logically confuse you. Books are techniques to logically confuse you. If you honestly, intensely read Gita from first chapter to last chapter, simply you will be confused. If you are not confused, be very clear, you are not read properly. No book can give you the truth. But the books are great inspiration. It will inspire you to search a living master. That is the only result. That's the only thing masters wanted. That is the only thing they wanted to achieve through books. So that when you are logically confused, you start searching a living master. But the difficulty is, there are some people who take books as an authority. Instead of living truth, they just start thinking intellectual knowledge is authority. And not only that, they start questioning. They start asking or demanding proof from the masters for their words based on these people their intellectual understanding. First thing, when I utter a word, the meaning which I give is different, and the meaning which you take is different. When I utter a word Atman, I use the Sanskrit dictionary. When you receive that word Atman, you use Oxford dictionary. Naturally the problem starts. If you are with a living master in my presence, you can always question me. You can always clarify. Or a living master knows, by seeing the face of a disciple, he knows whether he has understood or not. He will go for further explanation. Things can be much more clear, straight. But when you are playing with books, you are just playing with your mind. That is why people feel more comfortable with books than going and meeting a living master. Please understand, You are seeking, your spiritual seeking, whether it is a real seeking or just a game, how to measure. This is the scale. If you feel comfortable just playing with books and old masters' photographs, be very clear, your seeking is pseudo. Just time pass, good entertainment. Good entertainment. Sometimes you feel guilty, whole day sitting in front of TV, whole day doing something worldly. Especially Indians, from the young age somehow they are taught, always you should not be engaged in sense enjoyments. You should search a little bit of spirituality. So once in a while you get some book, some old master's photograph, and you try to play with both of them. Be very clear, it is pseudo. If you are honest, intense, you will feel deeply connected, or more in tune, feel happy, feel settled with a living master. Find out whether your search is honest search or just entertainment. That's the first thing we need to do. Here, Arjuna has come to a level of maturity where no more intellectual questions, only doubts. Doubts are really great. Doubts are just a clear sign. You express, I am here to receive you. You put a big green signal. Doubts are green signals. Questions are red signal. With question, you just defend the master. You tell him, stop. Enough what you are speaking. First, reply for this. You try to bring the old intellectual words to defend the living energy. One more thing, when we can't practice, again, we question the authority of a person who is speaking. Here, Arjuna did everything. First, in the second chapter itself, the moment Krishna started speaking about the Atman, Nainam Chindanti Sastran, Nainam Dagati Pavakaha, immediately Arjuna is asking, Sthita Prajnasya Kavasha. How an enlightened man will speak? Tell me the truth. What for he is asking? He wants to measure. With that scale, he wants to measure the Krishna, whether he is enlightened or not. It starts with violence, with questions, slowly, slowly, slowly. In the 9th chapter, when Krishna revealed the Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, the ultimate secret that existence is intelligence, cosmic universe is intelligence, the doubts are cleared. The questions slowly started settling. Next, when he heard the glory of Krishna, slowly the love started happening. When Krishna showed the cosmic form, he experienced the truth. He experienced the truth. In the 9th chapter, intelligence started. In the 10th chapter, the devotion started. In the 11th chapter, being, the energy, experience happened. Now, almost all the questions have disappeared. Ramakrishna says beautifully, in a marriage ceremony, before the food is served, people all will be sitting in a row and talking. What is going on? What is happening? How much dowry was given? What all the puja, what all the vessels they made? What all the jewelries they made? What is happening? All the talks will go on. Once the food is served, slowly the sound will reduce. Once the curd rice is served, only you will hear the sound chup, 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 that's all. Nothing else. Only the sound of eating will be heard. Ramakrishna says, till you receive the experience, as long as you are reading the menu card, means only books, the talking, noise, sound will continuously go on. Once you started the experience, all the sounds will disappear. You will have only small, small sounds which expresses your experience, nothing else. Here, first thing, Arjuna has questioned the authority of Krishna and got cleared. Then he is questioning what is beneficial for me. The account's mind, first resistance, then indifference, now acceptance. All that account's mind has disappeared. You should understand one thing. Person who is creative, person who is Brahma, the energy of Brahma, the energy of creator is different. The person who is accounting, continuously doing calculation, is totally different. Architects are creators, engineers are accountants. Architects are creators, engineers are accountants. Engineers may have money, but architects will have a tremendous satisfaction that they have created. When you create something, you become God. That is why the creativity gives you such a deep satisfaction. Nobody can create except God. Only God can create. If you are creating something, at that moment you are experiencing godliness in you. Please be very clear. Nobody except God can create. If you are creating something, at that moment you are experiencing godliness in you. That is why in the Vedic system, when a woman is pregnant, she is worshipped, respected. She is respected. Of course, in those days, not only they are respected, people believe at the time of pregnancy, if they touch somebody's head and bless, they will be healed. Because she is creating. When she is creating, she is radiating the divine energy. She is God. She is experiencing godliness. She is experiencing the divinity in her. Only godliness can create. Architects will have tremendous satisfaction. Engineers may have money, but not the satisfaction that they created. A small story. Two architects and two engineers. Both of them are traveling from Bangalore to Delhi. Two architects and two engineers. Both of them are traveling from Bangalore to Delhi. They are going for a conference. The engineers, as usual, they are calculating and they are complaining, see, 2,000 rupee per ticket, it is too much. Such a small journey, 2,000 rupee unnecessary. 2,000, 4,000 rupees. What we will get from conference? The architect says, both of them, they reply, you see, we manage with just 2,000 rupee. We take only one ticket. We both of them manage. Engineers are surprised. How do you manage? When the ticket counter comes, how do you manage? Oh, that's just a simple job. When the ticket counter comes, we just go into the bathroom and see the drama what we do. TT came and these guys entered, both of them entered into the bathroom TT came and knocked the bathroom. Only one hand came out. They asked, ticket please. One hand came out and showed the ticket. He just stamped it, gave it back and went away. Both the engineers are impressed. And they thought, oh God, we never know how to save money. Now we learned one thing to save money. When they were coming back, these two engineers, they took only one ticket. And the architect, both the architects, they also took only one ticket. Now it is trouble. Who will catch the bathroom first? Who will catch the bathroom first? And you know, engineers are real runners. The people who are accountants, they really run. The moment they heard the TT is coming, they ran and entered the bathroom, they caught the bathroom. Now the architects both are discussing what to do. One architect said, don't worry, relax. He went and knocked the bathroom. Ticket please. The ticket came out, he collected the ticket and came out. He just came back and said, accountants miss the life. They know how to calculate, but they miss the life. When you calculate, sometimes you miss the reality. You just miss the reality. Here, all the accounts is over. Krishna has asked, what is more beneficial for me? All the things are answered. Now he has come down to the level of just few doubts. Doubts are not for anything. Little more tips. Now, the whole tune has changed. With questions, the tune is, what are you talking? Whatever I learnt is totally different, and now you are talking something different. All that violence has disappeared. Now, Arjuna has come to the level, he says, yes, master, I know the whole thing. Please give me some more tips. How I can imbibe you. Please tell me something if you have forgotten. If you have forgotten something to tell. If you have something more, please tell me. I will be happy to receive those messages also. I will be happy to receive them also. Throughout this chapter is silent. No questions, only doubts. Bhagavan starts. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdvamoolam adaschaham asvattam brahuravyayam Chandam siyasya varnani yastam veda savedavit. Bhagavan says, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Now he is coming to the causal body. If you attended yesterday's discourse, you will be able to understand, because Krishna continues from the last chapter. Next, all the 3 chapters are completely connected to each other. Last chapter and this chapter, next and next. All these chapters are completely connected except the 18th, the 14, 15, 16, 17. All the 4 chapters are continuous discourses. Now Krishna comes to causal layer. Yesterday he spoke about the first 4 layers. Now he is coming to causal layer. He is explaining about the deeper layers. Of course, physical body, you know, body is, which is made out of flesh and bones, which you are having now. The next layer, these are all components of your being. all these 7 layers put together only you. You as you are is totality of all these 7 layers. The second layer, pranic body, is filled with desires. Filled with desires, which controls the air energy, prana, vyana, udana, samana, apana, all the different air movements of your body. And yesterday we saw the lessons from Krishna, how we are creating self-contradicting desires, how we are creating self-contradicting words and giving life to them and suffering. When we create self-contradicting words, it leads to restlessness, rajas, and the rajas leads to tamas, tiredness, dullness, depression. So this layer belongs to tamas. The second level, this is sattva. This third level is rajas, restlessness. The fourth level is tamas. The fifth level, the causal body. This is called karana sarira. This causal body is what Krishna calls urdhva moola mataschagam, where all our engrams are stored in seed form, in the form of seeds. Every day, you enter into the causal body at the time of deep sleep. When you sleep, when you fall asleep beyond dreams, not when you dream, when you fall asleep beyond dreams, at that moment you fall into the causal body, the fifth layer of your being. When you come out, all those engraved memories comes out, your whole world is created. Every day you merge in this layer and come out of that layer. Now, Krishna is explaining the secrets related to that layer. Yesterday he spoke about the secrets related to these 3 layers. How we are disturbing our desire energy. Understand? Desire is pure energy. You create troubles only by creating self-contradicting thoughts. If you don't have self-contradicting thoughts, all your desires will lead you to deep fulfillment. Desire is energy. Yesterday, Krishna spoke how the energy can be used properly, how we are abusing it, how it can be used. Next, how we fall into restlessness by abusing it. Third, even after the restlessness, if you are not correcting your mistakes, if you are not clearing the self-contradicting desires, you fall into tiredness. It's like a one-side fire. You are creating fire and the pressure cooker is there. Inside the cooker, the steam is getting, and the pressure is getting developed. Other side, you put a weight and try to seal it. Naturally, it will burst. Same way, even after the restlessness, if you don't clear the desire energy, or if you don't clear the self-contradicting thoughts which you are creating in you, you will fall into the depression, tamas. He gave the small, simple advice, techniques to clear ourselves and not to fall in that tree, not to be disturbed by that tree. Next, he goes to the causal body where we store all our engraved memories. He explains the secrets of this body, because even if you go beyond these three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, if you don't destroy these engraved memories, the bija samskaras, the samskaras in the form of a seed, you will take birth again and again. So here he gives the technique. He explains how to go beyond the samskaras, engrams, which is in the seed form. It may not express in you, but it will be there in the seed form. When time comes, suddenly it will come out. You can see. You may not have seen some of your childhood friend or childhood enemy for 10 years because you are in the States. When you go back, see in the States when you are here, all the 10 years, the samskaras related to them never comes up, whether love or hatred. It is not there. You are never caught by it. You are never disturbed by it. You are beyond the sattva, rajas, tamas. But when you go back and meet them, suddenly the whole emotion is there. You discover the same love is there or the same hatred is there. How? Because it is in the causal body. You may not experience it in the day-to-day life. Even if you don't, you will see it is in the causal body. It's like archives in the office. There are some files which are on the table. There are some files which are in the office archives. There are some files which are in the bank locker archives. This first, the sattva, rajas, tamas, these three gunas are the files which are in the table, and causal body is the files which are in the office archives. The inside, the cosmic body and nirvanic body are the files which are in the bank locker archives. Now, yesterday we saw how to clear these three files of sattva, rajas, tamas. Now he gives the technique to clear the causal body files, to clear the files which are in the office archives. Bhagavan starts, there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and it branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. He is trying to give an example to explain the quality of causal body. Quality of causal body. He says the roots are upwards and branches down. Why he says roots are upwards and branches down? Please understand. He says roots are here, branches are here. Because for any tree, if it has to grow, it will take water through roots. It needs support from roots. Roots only decide the strength of the tree. Roots are going to decide the way in which the tree is going to live. The physical body, whatever you are taking through physical body, that only is going to decide the depth of causal body. That is why he says roots are up. Roots are in the outer world and branch is in the inner world. Roots are out. Whatever you take through five senses, That is the water or strength for the causal body. Causal body is, here he says leaves and here he says root. The tree is upward. Tree is topsy-turvy. Whatever you take through the five senses from the outer world, that only is going to enrich the causal body. And an important next statement, the leaves of the tree is said to be the Vedic hymns, Veda mantras. Yesterday I was making an important statement. All the words which you continuously repeat inside your mind without your consciousness, whatever words you repeat in the unconsciousness, especially morning when you are alone in the bathroom, those words are the mantras which shows path for your life. What are the words you repeat with yourself? They are only going to decide the way of your life. Just try to analyze your mind. What are the words you repeat with yourself? When you are alone, when you are sitting with yourself, what are the words you repeat? Those words are only going to decide the path in which you are going to travel. Mantra means manasasya stiraha idi mantraha. What makes your mind strong is mantra. Mantrayate idi mantraha. Which shows the way for man is mantra. Tra means road, way. The words which shows way for you is mantra. The words which makes you strong is mantra. Now, he says, the roots are in the physical world, physical body, up, and the leaves are in the causal body, down. Roots are up and leaves are there. And he makes one more statement. Leaves are Vedic hymns, Veda mantras. Means the words which you are storing in the causal body. That only is going to decide your life. See, the words which you have in the causal body is mantra for you. When you understand this, there are two things. Something is good, something is bad. Something is good, you can always reprogram. The good news is you can reprogram yourself. Bad news is as on now you are living in hell. Bad news is as on now it is hell. Good news is you can always reprogram. The causal body is filled with the unconscious thoughts. You must be careful about the thoughts or words which you are creating inside your mind unconsciously. See, you are so careful about the words which you speak, verbalize it, express it. But we are careless about the words which we use inside because we think nobody is going to know. If you are not careful with the words which is expressed, you know what will be the result. You know what will be the result. But you are not afraid. The words which you are using inside, be very clear. The words which you are using outside, if you are careless about it, you will have punishment from others. The words which you are using inside, if you are careless about it, you will have punishment from yourself. You will torture yourself. You will kill yourself. You will create more and more trouble for yourself. The words which you use inside should have the healing effect. Words which carries healing effect will always create fresh living energy in you. Krishna says, the leaves are the Vedas, Veda means knowledge. The leaves are the words which you engraved in the causal body, which are in you, those words are so powerful, so alive, they are going to show way for your whole life. In the ancient days, in our system, you are always advised not to speak wrong words, especially at the time of evening, Sandhya time. There is a belief, if you use wrong words, at the time of Sandhya, Lakshmi will leave your house. Be very clear, these are all truth. These are all truth. They may not directly mean what you believe, but they have different purpose. When you use the wrong words, which hurts others, naturally you will inscribe those words in your consciousness and you will use the same words to hurt yourself. You can see very clearly what words you are using when you are angry, the same words you will be using when you feel guilty. Please be very clear. People think, no, Swamiji, I am a little intelligent. When I throw words on others, it will be sharp. When I throw it on myself, it will not be so sharp. Don't think you are so intelligent. You are totally unconscious. You will not even know what words you are using towards yourself. What words you use towards others, the same words only you will use towards yourself also. That is why the person who is short-tempered will always have deep guilt. May not be for the character short-temper. In other cases, when he does mistake in something else, he will have a deep wound of guilt in him. Because words which you use are double-edged sword. You will use the same sword to kill others and commit suicide. You are not so intelligent to have two different swords. No, when it comes to suicide, when it comes to killing others, I will have a big sword, Swamiji. When it comes to suicide, I will have a small needle. No. You are not that much intelligent. Try to witness your mind once in a while, especially when you are alone, the times which you spend in the bathroom, the times which you spend sitting alone. At those moments, watch what type of words are coming in you. Sometime when you are alone, you will be just stretching yourself and uttering few words to yourself. I will not leave that fellow. I will do that. I will see that it happens. You will be taking some sankalpas to yourself. You will be creating some words to yourself. I should get rid of this problem. I will do something and come out of it. The words which you are creating to yourself, please be very clear, they are called Vedas. They are called mantra for yourself. Mantra for yourself. There is something good which we need to understand in the causal body, and there is something bad which we need to understand about the causal body. Bad is, as and now, it is completely corrupted. Good news is, it can be cleared. It can be cleared by a strong will, by a steady practice. Bhagavan goes on, the person who knows this tree is knower of Vedas. Normally, the leaves of the tree is decided by the strength of the root and how you support the root. If you put water in the root, if you give a little manure in the root, naturally the tree will be growing. It will have beautiful leaves. It will flourish and grow. And if you put poison in the root, naturally the tree will die. Now the same secret. The root is in the physical body. The roots of this tree is in the physical body, means five senses. What you add in the five senses is going to decide the leaves. What is the leaf? Leaf is samskara. Your causal body is samskara. Your leaves are samskaras. That samskara is going to be decided by the stuff which you are putting inside through the five senses. I always tell people, at least half an hour per day, let your body move without fear and greed. Do something without expecting anything. Just half an hour. Paint something. Draw something. Just sit and write some poem. Or do little carving. Not for creating a gallery. Not for creating a gallery. Don't start planning. I will hang all these things around my house. When people come to my house, I will give a big tour. No. Don't torture them. Don't torture them by giving them tour around the house. Sometimes it becomes a big torture. You can't tell anything. You are gone. Do something for half an hour without having any fear or greed. Just come to this type of some public place and clean. When you start cleaning yourself, don't start planning. I should create a big volunteer batch and I'll be the leader. Next time onwards, I'll make my presence strongly felt by the whole group. Whole temple should feel my presence. Don't do all this plan. Just do it for no reason. Half an hour, something. In the initial level, few days, you will feel that half an hour is waste. After some time, you will understand only that half an hour is useful in your life. Do something without taking fuel from fear or greed. The big problem is even our service is related to greed. Even when you do service, there is some greed. When you do service with greed, you always create trouble and end up in trouble. Small story. 3 scout boys are telling their scout teacher, master, the great good deed which they did that day. The boys are supposed to tell at least one good deed they have done on that day. All the 3 boys got up. They told, Master, today we helped a old woman to cross the street. Master said, what? All 3 of you? That will not take all 3 of you. They said, no, it took all 3 of us because she did not want to cross. Because she did not want to cross. Understand, when you do for greed or fear, you will end up creating trouble for yourself and for others. You will do something just for doing. That half an hour of some service without bothering, thinking about dollar or name and fame will infuse so much of energy into your being. You will not know what to do with that energy. So much of energy will happen to your being. Bhagavan says, the whole tree is alive just because of your fruitive actions of human society. He says, just because of karmanubandhini, means the fruitive actions, bandha, karma bandha, the actions which are done for the sake of some fruit. Narupamasyeha tatopalabhyate nanto nachatir nacha sampratishta asvattamenam suvirudamulam ashangasastrena drudena chitva tada padam tat parimarkidavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chatyam purusham prabhatye tata pravritti prasruda purani. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that Supreme Personality of God, Supreme Eternal Consciousness, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Such a clear explanation about causal body. Body where the samskaras are stored. That's why I say Krishna is an extraordinary scientist. A scientist is a person who can honestly start searching the truth, who is courageous enough to give up his faith and belief for the truth which he has discovered, and the person who is courageous enough to express the secrets which he discovered step by step. Now, you can see all the qualities in Krishna. He is honest in his expression or in his search, and he is honest to give up the small understandings when new things are discovered. When the new truths happen, he is ready to give up the lower level truths or the yesterday's truths. Please understand, yesterday's truths are only yesterday's truths. You cannot have last year train timetable and use the timetable and wait for today in railway station. You will never see the train. Of course, in India, even if you use this year train timetable, you will not see. That is different. But one thing is sure, with last year timetable, there is no possibility of even seeing the train. Who is courageous enough to update the intelligence? You can see chapter by chapter, he is updating his way of expression. And ultimately, who is ready to reveal all the secrets without keeping anything in reservation, who is not bothered about trademark, copyright. In the Vedic system, knowledge is free. We have not invented any trademark, no copyright. The very idea did not exist. The very idea do not exist. Krishna has never went for copyright. He never went for service mark. But Krishna Bhaktas do copyright of his own photograph. I am just surprised. The other day I heard some so-called Krishna Bhaktas, they declared that some photographs of Krishna is copyrighted to them. It seems they were asking somebody. The person came and told me. I said, what? Copyrighting Krishna's photos. Krishna himself never went to copyright for his teachings. Because in the Vedic system we believe knowledge is free. And not only that, Krishna is courageous enough to open the whole thing completely. Whole thing completely to the society, to the humanity. Here he says beautifully, Narupamasyeha tatopalapyate. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Honestly, no one can understand what all the engrams, samskaras you stored in the causal body. What is inside you don't know, like a Pandora box. Only when you open, all these things will come out. By the time you clear 2, 3, the other 10, 11 are there, already waiting. You do not even know what all there inside. You don't know what is there inside. But one thing is possible. You can cut it down through a strong will of detachment. With a strong sankalpa, you can completely clear the causal body. You can burn all your samskaras by a strong will. People ask me, Swamiji, how to get rid of these samskaras? I tell them, just be a little more intelligent, that's all. Nothing else. Do you come and ask, Swamiji, I know fire will burn, but still I am not able to remove my hands from fire. How to remove my hands from fire? Please teach me, Swamiji. Do you come and ask? No, you don't. You are intelligent enough to take your hands away when the fire burns you. If you are coming and asking me how to stop smoking, Swamiji, I am not able to drop. Please be very clear, you don't know the smoking is injurious to your health. Still you don't have a strong faith that smoking is injurious to your health. Smoking is not good for your health. When you automatically take away your hands from burning, when you understand, you actually act. You simply execute. If you are not executing, be very clear, you have not understood. The understanding has not happened. Understanding has not happened. Just be a little more intelligent, that's all. Nothing else is necessary. To tell you honestly, all meditation techniques are for fools. Intelligent people don't need any technique. Straight, simple understanding is enough. I tell you, intelligence is ultimate meditation technique. I have seen people, even among my own healers, my own disciples, there are some healers who are meditators, great meditators. Hours together they will be sitting with closed eyes. Once in a while, and not only dozing, sound sleep also. Sound sleep means sleep for themselves, sound for others. Sleep for themselves and sound for others. Great meditators, but not even inch of spiritual progress has happened in their life. There are some people who never close their eyes and sit, but you can see their growth so rapid. The transformation is just miraculous. People ask me, what is this, Swamiji? Whole day I sit and meditate. Every day I meditate. Last 10 years I am meditating. Nothing is happening to me. And this guy came the other day to you and he is living so happily. He is radiating bliss. By seeing him, I can understand he is in bliss. You are very partial, you are not giving. I tell them, no, I am not partial. There are some people, even with enough meditation, they don't understand. The intelligence never happens. There are some people, straight away the intelligence happens. Straight away the intelligence happens. It is just intelligence. Nothing but intelligence. The big problem is they take me for granted. That's another big complication with these disciples. Taking master for granted. They think, we know him, what is there? We know him, what is there? That is the reason. In the ancient days, masters never used to freely mingle with disciples because they take the masters for granted. But somehow I believe the friendliness is the real spiritual quality. Only through friendliness anything can be transmitted. But the big problem is people take the friendliness for granted and they miss the whole truth. Here Krishna says, just with a strong sankalpa, you can come out of the whole causal body. The effects of causal body on your being. Just be a little more intelligent, that's all. Nothing else needs to be done. Understand where the problem is and come out, over. Nothing else needs to be done. It is a simple understanding. It's a simple courage to break the engrams and come out. Krishna further explains, after cutting this tree with the weapon of strong will, detachment, one should surrender to the space, to the eternal consciousness, by surrendering to which, by falling into which, he may never come back. He may never come back, and in which the whole thing is established, in which the whole existence is established. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nidya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta sugadukka sangai gacchantyamuda padamavyayam tat. Again Krishna explains beautifully. On a deeper level, actually if you see, he uses the same words, but the understanding which happens in Arjuna's mind is different. Same words he is using in the second chapter, third chapter. Arjuna was not able to understand. The same words now he is using, Arjuna is able to understand. Because that time he was in the questioning mood. Now he is in the mood of doubts, just pure doubts. No questions. With the questioning mood, even when you listen, you are preparing your questions. You are just preparing your questions. You are not listening with doubts. You are ready to receive the master. You are just sitting with your open being. Your being is open. You are just waiting for the message. Ramakrishna says, on that Swati Nakshatra day, the mother pearl, it will come and wait to have one drop water from the sky. When that one drop water falls, it will go inside and work on that water and the pearl will be created. I don't know whether it is a truth or just a belief, but there is a beautiful concept behind it. He says same way, the disciple will be waiting, a honest, truthful seeker will be waiting for the words from the master. The moment it falls into his being, He will close himself and go into the solitary place and he will start working on those words. They call Zen koans in Zen Buddhism. The disciple will be given just one word. He has to go and meditate on that word, work on that word, till he realizes the truth behind that word. Till he realizes the truth behind that word. Till the intelligence happens in his being. Then he has to come back. Now, Krishna is giving some Zen koans for us. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with the material lust, please understand, not who have renounced the material lust. Renounced is different. The word vairagya does not mean renunciation. Raga means attachment. Araga means renunciation. Viraga means beyond attachment and renunciation. Have you renounced your toys? Do you feel you are missing your toys? Are you attached to your toys? No. You are neither attached to your toys, nor you have renounced your toys. You have just gone beyond the toys. You have just gone beyond the toys. At the age of 7, you are attached. At the age of 8 or 9, you will be made to renounce. Your mother will tell, fool, still you are playing with toys? What is happening? Go and play with your friends. You will be forced to renounce. But now, neither you are attached, nor you renounce. It is there. At the age of 7, when you see the toy in the house, you run and catch that. You start playing with it. Especially if you have brother or sisters. First you will run and catch it. Before they run and catch. Now it is there. You are neither attached nor detached. You are done with it. You are done with it. And you know you can afford. If you want, you can have. Otherwise, you can throw it away. There is nothing serious about it. Same way, when you understand life is also simple toy. Whatever you think is worthy is nothing but a toy. When you understand, you can simply afford. If you want, you can have. If you want, you can throw it away. Then you will live like a king. Not these ordinary kings. An enlightened king. Rajarshi. Here, Krishna says, who are done with the material lust, not who are renounced the material lust. When you renounce, in the outer space you may not have, but in the inner space they will be sitting. They will be sitting in the inner space. But here, if you are done with it, then you have gone beyond. Vairagya means you are done with it. You are not renouncing. The renunciation is not the exact word for vairagya. Raga, attachment. Araga, detachment. Or renunciation. Viraga means going beyond attachment and detachment. Who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who, unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person and attain to that eternal consciousness. Please understand, this is a Zen koan. This is not just to be understood. This sutra has to be meditated upon. The more you meditate on this sutra, the more these characters will start expressing in you. He gives you the clear-cut idea of what is supposed to happen in your causal body. He is giving you the mantra for causal body. First he said how to erase the whole thing, all your programs. And now he says how to create a proper program. to live the blissful life. He is teaching you how to reboot your hard disk. The whole thing is nothing but reprogramming your causal body. He goes on explaining beautiful techniques to work on the causal body